What is going on, guys? My name is Moto, and today you're going to be watching a Monster Energy Supercross, the official motocross video game video here today on my channel. Today's track is quite clearly Anaheim 1. It's a replica that I did end up finding. I forgot who the maker of it was, but I just felt like this was a very, very good version of the track. There's a couple discrepancies, or a couple things that are definitely not, perfect, but, you can't really get them perfect in this game. It just takes too much time to really, I guess, make it perfect. But there is a lot of rhythms here that are very similar to the main lines. I do wish that some of these were maybe a little bit more constructed more, I don't know, making them so that they're a little bigger. Like, this is very small. You can make that very easily. So is this. And, I just felt like, maybe going a different route would be the better call. This is badass. I love the fact that you can quad this. Okay, I let off. I was an idiot there, but regardless, today we have a couple of discussion points, and it's mainly, I don't know, so the first one is about Monster Energy Supercross, the official motocross video game, and 2, or Supercross video game, I guess, huh? And then obviously Anaheim 1. So the very first thing I really want to talk about is Supercross 2, and this has just come to my attention because I went to pre-order the game today. And, just so I can verify that I have it, because I digitally pre-order things on my console. That way, it's already downloaded at release date, and I can just start the stream right up. However, I kind of want this video to get to milestone. Or at least maybe a bigger person that has, leverage or reach maybe towards milestone could make a topic video on this. But I checked on the PlayStation Store to pre-order, and unfortunately, right now, the game says that it will release on 6/30/2019, so it's not the right release date. Now, I don't know if that's just an error and it will still be out on the 8th of February, but it's kind of concerning because I normally am always pre-ordering it off of the PlayStation Store, and if I'm not going to be able to play it until the 30th, all the way that far out, June? Bro, if I'm not able to play it in, if I gotta wait to June after I pre-order it, I'm gonna just, I don't know, I'm gonna throw up. I think that's the only cause of action. The only way I can do it is if I throw up. I think I'll have to throw up every day, and that's not healthy, So, really quickly, Milestone, if you are listening, or anybody who can actually, maybe reach out to Milestone and actually get them to do something. Can you please check on this matter? Because, I'm out here trying, okay? I'm trying to get this, I want to give you guys my money, but I'm not going to spend the money that I'm going to spend on the digital version until I know for a fact that I will actually get, the game at the right time. It's just concerning to me, man. I want to have the game at the right time. So, if anybody could get that, I don't know, and I guess maybe Cole, Wyndham, maybe you could do it, Tylen, Donut, anybody, shit, Spencer, Turley, I guess even, they probably listen to that dumbass more than they listen to me, but, anybody, please, because I'm trying to, I know a lot of y'all are against pre-ordering and shit, I get it. I get it. I understand your reasoning. I'm a pre-order it, though. I want to pre-order it, so somebody got to get their attention, you know what I mean? So, anyway, let's talk about Anaheim 1. So, obviously, I didn't have the post-race vibe stream. I was actually currently, busy doing stuff with my woman. And I watched the race. Very good race. Watched it live. I was actually pretty pumped on it. Let's talk about 250s first. So, obviously, start of the day, Adam Cincerillo looked stupid hot. Obviously, so did Dylan Ferrandis, Shane, McElrath, anybody you thought that was going to be a contender is definitely going to be a contender this year. And, it's very exciting to see this kind of a pack kind of in the 250 division again. You didn't, when Plessinger left and Savacci, and obviously Hill's been gone for, obviously we knew he was going to be up this year regardless. Osborne, all those guys, when they left, it was kind of like, who's going to step up? I kind of felt like, Cincerillo was just going to have an easy way all the way to the title, and it clearly was not that way, and I'm kind of happy about it. At the same time, I want to see Adam win it, but it was just very refreshing to see that, there's 5 or 6 guys that really could take this title, and it's just really exciting. I think it's probably more about 4. I don't think Hampshire is necessarily in it. I think he just had a decent race. I mean, obviously took Cincerillo down, which, by the way, Adam kind of deserved. I don't want to be that guy, but we're coming up to a corner, and I'm going to do the exact same thing old boy Adam did, okay? I think Adam hit the double quad. Okay, I'm definitely casing this quad, but he jumped to the inside, right? And then he cut across and drove him up to the tough blocks, took his shit out, bro. He almost took him out. Adam was not thinking he was going to get smacked, and then he got taken over the berm. Basically, not really taken over the berm, but he got smacked, you know? It was something that, like, I expected when I saw. But regardless, like, I don't think he's in the title. I think Colt Nichols is definitely in it. I think that Shane McElrath is definitely in it. I definitely know that Ferrandis is in it, and you clearly know that Cincerillo's in it. However, I do think that this is going to get run away by 2 people, and that's Ferrandis and Cincerillo. Cincerillo got a top 5. Now, that's the biggest thing. You want to get a top 5 at the first race. Obviously, it's more important to get a top 3, probably better for the 250 series, since it's half the season, more than the 450s. The 450s, you really just want to start out, stay on the bike. That's a big thing why Tomac has been fucking up recently. In the past 2 seasons, he's just not had an A1 where he's been in. I don't even think he's been top 5, maybe not even top 10 in A1. I think he was 2017 he was top 10, right? But the biggest thing was that he was actually, never top 5, so he'd always have a huge issue. So with 250s at least, it's just important to be able to solidify points in the first race, especially with the way that the first race went. So, I don't think it's too big of a deal. I'm a big Adam Cincerillo fan. I want him to win the championship. That is my 250 guy over here. Austin Faulkner is my 250 East guy. That's who I want to win over there. I know, obviously, a bias towards Kawasaki, but I don't know if you noticed what bike I'm riding right now. It looks pretty green to me. I race Kawasaki in real life. Kawasaki is my brand. That is who I will support. I want Pro Circuit to take both titles, and then I want, obviously, UI Tomac to win this year. I think he will. Regardless, that's my thoughts. I'm very excited on A1. I think it was a very good race. Colt Nichols looked phenomenal. Very great way to get his first win. He dominated the field. I don't want to be that guy, but he kind of dominated. Ferrandis, I think, Ferrandis and Cincerillo were the only 2 that were really hauling ass that race, or that whole race around in the rain. You could tell Cincerillo was, because he was just catching. At the end, he was just running average pace. I think he just fell into the groove, and he was trying to just, ride normal. But Cincerillo was definitely one of the fastest guys on the track. Colt Nichols was clearly hauling ass, but Ferrandis was also clearly hauling ass as he was catching. So Ferrandis, I think, was probably the fastest guy on the track. However, Colt Nichols just flew. He just he gapped, bro. He was gone. Okay? Great way for him to, get his first win, and that's awesome. I just can't wait for Phoenix. Phoenix is going to be amazing, or Glendale. That's going to be just a phenomenal race, and I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys can check out the track map. I wanted to make this video on Phoenix, but I could not find any replicas that were actually decent enough to ride. If anybody has those, let me know. Comment down below. Give me the track title and your name on PlayStation, and I will try to find it. We will do that for the next race. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to do the replica of the track. I guess, it just was there. We were going to do the next track, but it just didn't work out. So that is my thoughts and opinion. I think that's, 250 wise, I think that's how it goes. So obviously we'll move into 450s now. 450s was a story. I loved the 450 race. I was so excited right off the bat. Like, I didn't care if Eli, obviously I'm rooting for Tomac. I don't care that Tomac did not win this, and I wasn't really wanting him to be honest. Well, I did obviously want him to win, but I wasn't really expecting him to. I was just expecting him to go out and make a solid ride, and then get at least a top 5. And he obviously got a top 3. He got podium. But the big story was Dean Wilson and Malcolm Stewart. Some people are forgetting Malcolm Stewart. Malcolm Stewart was trying to get that lead from Dean Wilson. Old boy just slipped, man. He just lost his front end. His front end washed out to the left on him, and when he was trying to go to the inside, right after the double-double, and he was clearly right on Dean Wilson's ass. He's going to definitely. I think Malcolm would have either passed him, or it would have been a really good battle, plain and simple. And Dean Wilson is the big story here, obviously from everybody's perspective. Dean Wilson, he just came out of nowhere, man, and it's such a huge story because Dean was just, he was dropped from the factory team. nobody knew exactly what bike he was going to. I think the speculation was Honda or Yamaha. I was hoping Cowie again because I saw him on a Cowie at Glen Helen. But I think we were all not too surprised seeing him on a Husky again. But he has nearly a factory bike. Still a privateer. He's got factory engine and suspension work, I believe. He's just not got, well, not full factory suspension, but he's got factory shit. He's not full factory, but he's kind of factory, right? But regardless, he's out of a Sprinter van, bro. And he was leading the first 3/4 of the race. And then he got into lap traffic and Barsha took over. However, that is so massive. I did just try to triple that and I forgot. But regardless, that is so huge for Dean Wilson right there. Like, you're telling me, oh boy, comes out of nowhere from a factory ride, not doing, you know, as good as he did obviously at A1, to come out and be a privateer, post up pole position at the end of the qualifying session to only get beat out by Blake Baggett at literally the last second, okay? And then he comes out and pulls out the lead in the main event, stretches out a 3 or 4, I think it was 3 seconds at one time, maybe 4 seconds at one time, and then just leads 15 minutes. Bro, if he would have not made some mistakes there, I think he could have held on. I think if he would have got through lap traffic not correctly, but better than what he did, if lappers were not in the way, Dean Wilson has Anaheim 1 as a privateer, making the biggest statement I think anybody could make off of the year. Seriously, what an amazing ride for Dean Wilson. Like, just, I'm beyond excited. Dean Wilson is easily one of the fan favorite riders. I love Dean Wilson. I personally think he's an amazing rider. I think that he's a very good guy as well. He's a very cool guy. That's probably my favorite social media personality out of every moto guy. And that's just honest to God. Grandpa Earl is the cool guy, you know what I mean? But just what an amazing race for Dean Wilson. You know, obviously didn't get the podium. Ended up, I think, getting passed on the last lap by Eli Tomac. Tomac got the podium. But, you know, top 5, and he got 4th place, led the most time and most laps out of anybody in Anaheim 1 this year. He has the most laps led this year, technically, in main events, and that's just amazing, man. It really is so cool to see, and I'm just super stoked on Dean Wilson. So, regardless, now with that being said, I think we can talk about a couple of other things. Now, obviously the title contenders, the 3 title contenders for this year that everybody kind of thought. I kind of go 4 with Barsha, but we'll take Barsha out maybe. Maybe I guess you go 5 with Ken Roczen if you really consider him as, I mean, I guess I kind of consider him a title threat as well. Obviously Barsha and Ken Roczen and Tomac all top 3. So, I mean, 3 out of the 5 were in the top 3 podium positions, right? Maybe not the right order that you guys would have thought or anybody would have thought, but you know, very solid. I think the biggest surprise was Musquin coming in with an injury. Not really the biggest surprise, actually. The biggest surprise was Anderson fading back in the main event. Now, I didn't hear what was wrong, so don't shoot the messenger. He just looked like he was not doing, like, I don't think it was a bike issue. I think he was just struggling in the rain. Or maybe he just wasn't comfortable, or maybe he was just trying to back down so he could just get the finish. You know, I don't know exactly what it was, but it looked like he was just getting eaten alive out there. And I think he went from probably, I don't even remember where he started at. I think he started somewhere clearly. But, well, I say started somewhere clearly. Regardless, I don't remember exactly where he started, but I know he faded just super far back, and it's like, how on earth can that happen, man? What a nightmare of a race for him, really. I guess, I mean, he made the finish, he finished the race, but, like, I'm pretty sure he got lapped. Actually, he did get lapped. He did get lapped. And, like, that's so terrible, and you know, I don't want to say that he wasn't, like, a title contender in my eyes regardless, even though he won the title last year. I just, you know, I don't think he can back it up this year. I really don't. I think it was because Musquin and fucking Tomac both got injured and had bad first parts of the season. He only won the championship by 2 points last year, and I'm pretty sure Musquin missed a race. Didn't even finish the race. He had a huge gap, and Musquin just kept calling at it. And I guess it's kind of like how Dungey won his championships, and, you know, Dungey's a great rider. I don't think Jason Anderson is a bad rider. I just don't think that he's going to, you know, be able to back this title up with, you know, with a healthy Tomac, especially with a healthy Barcia, who is running like Bam Bam back in 2013 and 12. Well, not 13, maybe not 13, 2012. 2012, when he won in Seattle, you know, when he was coming out and just looking ridiculously hot. It's just an amazing thing to see, but I just don't think he can, I don't think he can back it up. I really don't, and I didn't even choose for him to be in my top, I might have chosen him to be in my top 5 for Rocky Mountain, but I don't think I even chose him for my top 3, though. I really don't. Regardless, that is a big surprise. I thought he would probably come out and do good, but I think a lot of people are extremely surprised by the fact that he did not perform up to par, if that makes sense. So, very crazy shit out of Jason Anderson. Obviously, on to Marvin Musquin. Marvin Musquin came into this season after an ACL injury, I believe. He tore his ACL or did something with his ACL. Or his knee. I know it's his knee. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it's something to do with his ACL. Regardless, I wasn't really expecting much from him based on the fact that he was off injury. I thought he'd probably get a top 5. But obviously that just didn't happen. I think Marvin's just coming off injury. He's not got as much training in as everybody else. I think he would definitely come in hot, and he would definitely be up in the top. He might have even won the race if he wasn't, you know, coming off that injury, but still crazy stuff to see him bury even as far back as he did. Another crazy story, though, too, is the Red Bull KTM camp having Cooper Webb outplace him after crashing in the first corner with Joey Savacci. What? I didn't expect Cooper Webb to get a top 5. I did not expect to see Cooper Webb in the top 10. And he came out and busted ass to get to the, you know, to get up places in the main event. And he delivered. Red Bull KTM has got to be happy with Cooper Webb, especially after that first corner. No telling what he would have done. I'm pretty sure he was the fastest guy in that race. I think he had the fastest lap. Cooper Webb was fucking killing it, and he deserved. You know, he could have easily, if he stayed up on the bike, who knows? He could have maybe put on that charge and won the race and won his first ever main event. Add the red plate. You see the red plate on the number 2 again on a KTM. That's crazy. That's crazy shit, guys. Ooh, you never know. You never know. This could be a huge year for Cooper Webb. And, you know, maybe it was the weather. Who knows? You can't really always confirm it. But he looked really good, and I guess I'm impressed. Impressed. I'm not too impressed. I don't know. I feel like, so here's the thing. Next thing would be Aaron Plessinger. And I think he did very good. He did the best out of all the rookies. However, it is a rain race. It is a mudder. We know Plessinger is a ridiculously good mud rider. And, you know, he did good. He finished well, I believe. He finished, I think, 7th. Was it 7th or 6th? I think it was 7th. Very good ride for him. I think it was 6th, actually. Yeah, 6th. I don't fucking know. Regardless, very good ride for Aaron Plessinger. Best out of all the rookies. However, I'm not super impressed. I want to see him at Glendale to see if he backs it up. I think he's a very good rider. I just, you know, that's just what I think. Savacci obviously didn't have a good race. He went down in the first corner with Webb, and just couldn't really, you know, mount the comeback, I guess, like Webb could. Obviously, you know, I think he finished in top. He finished like 17th, maybe 18th. One of the, I don't know. He finished the damn race. You know, he didn't pull off. I think, unless he did pull off, and then I'm just dumb. Tell me down below in the comments. I don't fucking know. Regardless, obviously, Justin Hill, I think, was the 11th place rider, 11th or 12th. So, all in all, probably just, you know, but I want to see next week is, I think, where we see all the riders where they really are. I think the mud definitely assisted a lot of people. Barcia, I don't think, got assisted too much more than a lot of people think. I think he did very well, but I don't think he necessarily got assisted by it. And I don't know, I'm just very impressed by the fact that, you know, Barcia won, I guess. And who knows, maybe the rain did assist. However, I don't know. I think some of the people got assisted by the rain. Maybe Wilson did get assisted by the rain. Who knows? But I hope he comes and backs it up next week. Maybe Jason Anderson just isn't good in the rain with this bike. Maybe Muscan was just not ready for the the mud, all that shit. Who knows? We'll see next week. Thank you guys for watching, though. I do appreciate the views. I know I've been really kind of dead on this channel recently, but I do want to just say thank you so much for the support. It's amazing. I wanted to give a quick shout out to Hollow Esports for picking me up. I am officially a content creator slash streamer slash Call of Duty player for Hollow Esports. I'm going to try to link their Twitter down below in the description, but we really appreciate the support over here. And you know what? You guys are amazing. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Comment down below your opinions on Anaheim 1. And if any big YouTuber, any bigger guy, or maybe even Milestone can look into this whole PlayStation Network thing and PlayStation Store thing, that would be so great, because I'm really concerned, man. I want to play my game on the right date, you know what I mean? I'm just nervous, you never know what's going to happen. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, guys, my name is Moto, and I'm out. Peace. Bye.